Hello everybody, welcome to the channel Bullets Garage, and today I'm going to be talking about how to winterize and prepare your car for winter storage. Alright guys, so I made a list of important things that you have to do to prepare your car for storage. For those of you that live in cold climates where you need to store your car, this is something to consider. As you know, I live in Chicago. Winters here sometimes do suck, and I don't want to drive the car with all the salt, potholes to get it damaged. So I'm going to be storing my winter car, which is the Lexus Gsf. I got my daily, which is my GTI, which I'm going to use and abuse throughout the winter. So let me go over some things that you need to do to winterize the car. As always, I got my baby girl Lily here with me, always supervising me when I'm cleaning the car and stuff. Love this girl. Right, baby? Alright, so number one is a product called Stable. It's a fuel stabilizer that you use so the fuel does not go bad sitting for 3-4 months while the car's in winter storage. Now some people might say, well, why not leave the car empty and store it and fill up with fresh gas in the summertime or the springtime? Well, the first bad idea for that is if you leave your car tank empty, there's a possibility of corrosion inside the tank. There's air, there's moisture. Moisture in the air could condense, create water. Water mixes with whatever fuel is left in there and dilutes the fuel. So it's never a good idea to leave your fuel tank empty during winter storage. So always fill up your tank, and then you add Stable. Now let's see here what the instructions are. Alright, so 1 ounce treats up to 2.5 gallons of gas. So doing the math on the GSF, I believe the gas tank is about a 16-17 gallon tank. So I'm going to add about 7 quarts of this into the fuel tank. So let's go do that. So that's 1 OZ. I'm going to put about 6 of these in. So do that. And then fill up your car and you're good to go. The second step that you need to do is properly wash, seal, wax your car for the winter months. You don't want to store a dirty car. Big no-no. Give it a good wash, wax, clean the wheels, the calipers, the inner barrels. Just take good care of it, give it one good wash before storage, and then you'll be all set for the springtime. Number 4, clean your interior. Vacuum, clean the windows, Number 5, when you're going to be storing the car, make sure you crack your windows a little bit, about an inch, doesn't need much, so there's air circulating through the car for the months that it's stored. You don't want to have no circulation inside the cabin, so it could get musty and moldy smelling in there. So leave your windows cracked for the winter storage. Number 6 is inflate your tires to the max PSI recommended. The reason you want to inflate them to the max PSI is in the winter months, the cold air, basically, if you guys that live in the cold climate, let's say if your tires are set at 35 PSI in the summertime and you don't change the air in the wintertime, it drops to, like, let's say 30, the colder it gets. I guess the air condenses and it shrinks in volume, so there's lower pressure in the tires. So inflate the tires to the max PSI for winter storage. Number 7 has to do with number 6. So as I said, you inflate your tires to the max PSI. And I also went out and bought these flat stoppers. What they do, as you can see, they're kind of curved with the tire, so you simply drive up on them and your tire is not sitting in one spot. The weight of the tire is spread out evenly in an oval, so you're less likely to get flat spots on your tire while your car is sitting in storage. The reason people say the newer tires tend not to flat spot, and even if they do, once you start driving it in the springtime, since it's a soft compound like these Michelin Pilot Super Sports, it's a softer compound tire, so they say once you drive it, it heats up and the flat spot evens out. I don't want to risk it. I'm going to be storing the car every winter. Figured I'll go out and purchase this. It's a little pricey. It's about $300, but in the long run, for many winters to come, it's a great investment. So I'll put a link in the description where you can get these. Check them out. The next one, my friends, I got a simple tarp here. Nothing special. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this underneath the car and then drive on top of it to give the car a vapor barrier from the concrete in the garage, so there's no vapor coming up underneath the car. Little OCD, but that's how I am, so I'm going to be doing that. Number 9 is very simple. So your car is sitting in storage. Mine is going to be in the garage, so chance of rodents is low, but you never know. They always sneak in through little openings that you might have in the garage or whatnot so they can be warm. So the next thing I recommend is any openings that you have in your car is close them off with a rag, whatever you got to close them off with. Like my exhaust tips, I'm going to stick some rags in there so no rodents could go in there. In the engine bay, in the intake, there's a flap that leaves the air filter exposed. I'm going to stuff some towels in there to block that off. And then also in the front bumper, there's intake dams that go to cool the brake calipers. I'm going to put some rags in there so that kind of closes it off so they have little less access points to get into your engine bay. As you can see right there, there's a hole where the intake opens, the flap right here. So I'm gonna put a rag in there, keep it nice and closed, and we'll be good to go. Number 10 is once your car's parked in the spot it's gonna be parked, you got your windows rolled down. In the interior, put a couple dryer sheets. It's gonna keep the car smelling fresh, not moldy. Definitely recommend it. And also, if you have a favorite air freshener, throw it up there, let it just sit in there for the couple months, and your car's gonna be smelling great in the springtime. Number 11 is a battery tender. In my previous video, I showed you which battery tender I bought. You can check out that video, how to install it, but I'm gonna be using a battery tender while the car is sitting in storage so my battery doesn't go flat. So in the springtime, I could start it up and start burning rubber on this bad boy. Number 12 is a car cover. I invested in a car cover, which I'm going to be doing a review on. It's an outdoor cover with a felt material on the inside, so it's not going to scratch your paint. It's worth to invest in a great car cover because you're going to be using for years to come, so don't cheap out on that. and it's going to keep your car protected in the garage from dust and debris from, you know, doors opening in and out and whatnot. So definitely get a car cover. Mothballs. Now some of you are thinking, what the hell is he going to do with some mothballs? Well, once my car is going to be parked in the spot that's going to be on top of the tarp, on top of the flat stoppers, I'm going to put mothballs around the car. Actually, I do have some. Let me show you them. Mothballs. I'm going to put them around the car because mothballs repel rodents. Rodents do not like mothballs. So another step to prevent rodents from getting into your engine bay and, God forbid, eating up your wiring harness or something. That's just a nightmare. So I'm going to do this, put a couple of these in the engine bay also, and I'll be good to go. And then last but not least, number 14. This is mixed opinions on this, which is, should you do an oil change right before winter storage? And that's up to debate for everybody what they want to do. I personally am not doing an oil change since I bought the car in August. Like I was saying, I bought the car in August, so I'm not going to do an oil change because the dealer did change the oil for me. I only put about 1,500 miles on this oil, so I don't feel it's worth changing a brand new synthetic oil. They're meant to be in the car for 6+ months, driven for up to 5,000 miles, so I will not be changing the oil. But some people do. That's up to you. Alright guys, I'm back inside. The car is nice and clean. Please like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll be sure to answer them. Take care. See you on the next video.